Hey everyone, Tony D and little Joan here. Welcome to Good News. We're going to talk about some good news stories. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Please check out my books, Wokistan, a novel, if you like to laugh, and also if you like to laugh, The Pineys. Books 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Available ebook, trade paperback, Kindle Unlimited. It's free. Audiobooks coming soon. And of course, the Webcomic Factory, celebrating 10 years of webcomics at thewebcomicfactory.com. Free to read if you're looking for something to read. Right, Joan? Right, little Joan? Oh, little Joan sleepy. Okay, top story. Zero elephants poached in a year in top African wildlife park. So, good for the elephants. No one is shooting elephants. Don't think you really should shoot elephants. It seems like not much of a sporting thing hunting elephants. They're kind of docile creatures. They just kind of stand there for the most part. And you could, with the guns you have today, I mean, if you're, back in the day, maybe, but, and no one's eating an elephant these days. I don't think they eat elephants. So it's not right. Not right to kill elephants. So leave the elephants alone. I'm glad to see they're doing well. All right. I'm not sure if this is a good story, but for the first time in history, an AI learns to translate silent human brain activity into text for locked in syndrome patients. I'm not familiar with that, but apparently it's helping someone. Now, the vocabulary is only about 250 words in 50 different sentence groupings. So it's not like it's reading your mind, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Obviously, this could be a big deal, for someone like, Stephen Hawking, who, he had to manipulate a thing in order to talk. This would, save a guy like him, and maybe it would be more accurate eventually. So you would hear like a more human sounding voice, and there'd be more nuance and emotion in it. I mean, it's a little scary too, because it's kind of reading your mind. But, the applications are endless, so good for technology. Uh, In other news, new findings suggest that oceans can be restored by 2050. See, this has always been my take. This is from The Incentive. Um, the world's oceans are proving to be resilient despite advancing problems such as pollution and ocean acidification. Acidification. Um, yeah, I mean, the Earth is pretty resilient. I mean, you just look at the results from the last few weeks. We're not driving cars, and already the air's clearing. The dolphins came back to Venice. So we're not going to all die, climate changers. That doesn't mean we don't have climate problems. We shouldn't work on that, but we have time. We have time, and it's all going to work out at the end. As someone's going to figure out a machine that's just going to clean everything. Here's a crazy story. 4-year-old boy with a rare form of cancer, this is from the Metro, survived the beer virus. Good for him. And that gives everybody else hope, too, that someone, as sick as him could survive. It's a shame that he is still sick, has a very terrible form of cancer, but certainly it's good he's surviving. I mean, the longer he survives, the more likely they'll find a cure for his cancer, and so good luck to him, and glad he's alive. Speaking of being alive, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson was released from the hospital, so good for him. I know some people with opposing political views sometimes wish death on their political rivals. That's not a nice thing to do. It's really, really crossing a line, I think, when you wish death on a person. Boris Johnson is just your typical Western prime minister. He's not, he's not a tyrant. So, I didn't wish death on George W. Bush, and I felt he was a terrible president. So just pump the brakes a little bit there, Twitter. Continuing. What was this one? Oh, yeah. New Jersey students produce beer virus 3D printed face shields. An act of monumental humanitarianism, says Fox News, quoting somebody. It's a bit of an overstatement, but I think it's very good. Students at a New Jersey high school produced more than 26,000 face shields. They also raised $40,000. This is the Warren Hills High School, and good. They used a 3D printer. Good for them. This is in Morris County, Warren and Morris County. So good for you guys. Good for you guys. Helping the first responders. It's always a positive thing. Helping out your community. It's good to see high school students doing something nice. And staying off of Twitter. This story doesn't have a good headline, but according to Uplifting News over at Reddit, they're taking coal plants, decommissioned coal plants, and the one in Pennsylvania is being turned into a marijuana dispensary. So, excellent. It's going to be a different kind of smoke. Smoke that everybody's going to like. Most people will like, and good for them. Good for them. Should provide some good jobs as well. Should be very popular. And this is the big story. This is from Zaysan. I've never heard of this, but apparently they're a news source. U.S. cancer deaths continue to decline with sharpest one-year drop, new data says. So that's big news. Mortality rate in the United States has experienced the largest annual decline ever. That's great news. That's great news. Maybe that young boy has a chance. Maybe fewer people will get cancer. Hooray to that, I say. And finally, where's my funny video? That's not it. Oh, here it is. Today's happy animal video is what's called a pocket monkey. I don't know what a pocket monkey is, but he's eating noodles, and he's somebody's pet. I'm not a big fan of people who get monkeys as pets. I don't think they're really meant to be pets. I mean, you're basically talking raising a baby that eventually grows very strong and could tear your face off. But this monkey seems very small and seems pretty docile, so perhaps he would be okay to raise. I don't know. I think this is in Japan somewhere. He seems very, very nice. But he is a baby now. And he seems to be taken care of. So that's good. He's getting food. I hope they can train him to be a good little monkey and stay relatively docile in the years to come. He is kind of cute. Oh, is he going to do something now with the toy? Well, he's got noodles. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's scared. I'm going to turn down that because I don't think... Oh, there we go. Yeah, now I think this is definitely Japan if they're eating ramen. Aw. Nice monkey. Okay. And with that, that's your good news for today. This has been Tony and Joan saying feel good and think about good news. We scour the internet so you don't have to. Right, Joan? Joan's asleep.